Good afternoon. Listen, let's talk about the misconceptions regarding real estate and realtors. Question I get asked a lot is, where's your office? Where is my office? Here we go. Okay. My office is anywhere my computer is. So I am very familiar and feel very, very comfortable because I have an Apple iPhone. I'm very comfortable using an iPad. An iPad is basically the same thing as an iPhone. It's just a larger version of it. So when I got into real estate 5 years ago, because my previous job was, I was a technology supervisor for a Katy Parish school board, and I brought an iPad all over the parish to do my work. I just felt very comfortable using an iPad. Actually, I bought a MacBook laptop when I got into real estate and thought that I would use it a whole lot. Actually, I don't think I ever used it one time. I had very good intentions of using it. I have no reason to use any other computer besides an iPad because it serves the purpose. Guys, I'm on my way to deliver flowers to a couple of special women today, and so I wish I knew how to turn off the seatbelt chime because it thinks that I have a passenger in the passenger seat because the flowers are in the passenger seat, and so you hear the fasten your seatbelt thing. There has to be a way to turn that off, and I just don't know what it is. All right, so let's talk real quick about what are some misconceptions involving real estate. A lot of people believe that a commission is set and it's just standard across the board, and that's not the case. Commission can be absolutely anything that the sellers and the realtor agree for it to be. It could be 20%, it could be 1%, it could be 0.5%, it could be anything that the realtor is willing to work for and the sellers are willing to pay. So commission is always negotiable. It's always negotiable. If you're just joining me, I'm very sorry. The fasten your seatbelt chime continues to go off because I have flowers that I'm delivering in the passenger seat, and it thinks that I have a passenger in the passenger seat, and I don't know how to turn that off. I wish I knew how. If you know anything about a Porsche Cayenne 2019 and you know how to turn off the seatbelt, fasten your seatbelt chime in the passenger seat, do me a favor and well, there it goes. It went off. Let's hope it doesn't come back on. All right, so that's a misconception. Another misconception is that if a person is wanting to go look at houses, that you have to go and just call the person whose name is on the sign in front of the house, and or if it's listed on Zillow or Realtor.com, you have to call that realtor that is associated with it online. Absolutely farthest thing from the truth, but that's exactly what I believed when I was just a regular consumer, and I wasn't a realtor, and I didn't know that either. I just thought if I saw a house for sale and I was interested in buying it, I called the person's name on the sign, and that's the only person that could show me the house. I had no idea the world of real estate is so phenomenal. So this is the way it actually works. I list a house for sale. I put a lockbox on the door, or if they have a keypad, they give me the code to the house. We enter it in what's called the MLS system, which means multiple listing site. It all goes into this huge system. So if 5 listings get listed today by 5 different realtors, they're all going into that system. And they're all, the minute that they're on that system, they also go into Zillow, Trulia.com, Realtor.com, all the places online where houses are for sale. They all are seen there as well. So they're entered into the MLS system. A lockbox goes on the door unless you have a keypad, which is amazing. I love a good keypad. That means you don't have to put a lockbox, you just have to give me the code. But then once it's there and it's listed, all of the information is then able for other realtors who are part of that system to then have access to go show it. So if you are a pre-approved buyer, and let's say this Saturday, you see 5 houses on Zillow or Realtor.com that you want to see that are in your budget, any realtor who has the availability and the time to go show you houses that Saturday can go show you all of those houses. That's how it works. that absolutely blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. I would have never in a million years thought that that was the case. Why is that the case? Because when I list a house for sale, let's just say it's listed at 123 Banana Street and it's $200,000, and I've agreed with the sellers that they are going to pay 6% commission if another realtor has the buyer and they go show that house. We split the commission. So if I show the buyer the house, then I get the full commission. But my goal is never to get the full commission. My goal is to get that house under contract as quickly as humanly possible. So the minute something is listed, I am blasting it everywhere. On my Facebook page, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, it is everywhere. My marketing guy is absolutely phenomenal. So I will post it on Facebook. He then takes that posting and puts it everywhere you can possibly imagine. And then of course it's on Zillow, it's on Trulia, it's on Realtor.com, it's on HousesForSale.com, it's on anywhere you could possibly imagine. And so then, if I have the buyer, of course I'm gonna go show it, if it goes into contract, to get the full commission. If I do not, then whoever's realtor brought the buyer that submits the best offer that the sellers accept, then they get part of that commission. And that's the agreement. That's how it works. Absolutely never in a million years as a layperson before I became a realtor would I have thought that that's how it works. Never crossed my mind, but it's amazing. It's great. Now I know there are plenty of realtors out there who, when they get a listing, their main goal is to try to get both sides of the deal. That is ass backwards. That is not having the client's best interest at heart. So that is not the proper thing to do. So whenever you're getting ready to list your house with a realtor, your question needs to be, are you going to try to sell it everywhere so that everybody in the whole world knows that my listing is for sale? Or are you going to try to hold on to it and hope that you have the buyer? And if their answer is the second one, you need to look for another realtor. Because the realtor's job is to do what's best for you, not what's best for them at all. The main goal is to get a house under contract as quickly as humanly possible for the sale price, or as close to the sale price as possible. That is a realtor's goal. That should be their goal. That you, the client, should be their absolute number one priority. Okay, so remember that. So when you're questioning realtors and you're interviewing realtors, if you get the feeling that you are their number one priority, awesome. If you get the feeling at any given time that you're not the priority, that their own self and what they're making is their priority, run. There are thousands of realtors out there. We all work differently. We're all self-contracted. They're a dime a dozen. So it means if you have one and you're not happy with them, you don't have to stick with them. Remember that. You do not have to stick with them. So another misconception that, well, I would say those are probably the main ones. Number one, that a lot of us report to an office, but a lot of us do not. I don't report to an office. I don't have an office. I work from home, or I work from anywhere I have my iPad. There's no reason for me to go to an office per se, unless there's some kind of training or some kind of networking event or something. Because listen, nobody in the office is buying from me. No one in the office is selling anything with me. There's no reason for me to go to the office to get business. I go for training, I go for networking, but I'm not going to report to an office every day. There's no business in the office for me. My business is on the road. It's wherever the people are, right? So you'll see me in my community a lot. You'll see me at events a lot. You'll see me at those kinds of things because that's where the business is. That only makes sense. Number two, if you want to go see a house, you get pre-approved and you choose your realtor, and that realtor can show you any house anywhere. That's what you do, okay? And number three, commissions are always negotiable. They're not standard. There's no such thing as a standard commission. A commission is what's agreed upon between the seller and that realtor. And it can be anything that they both agree for it to be, okay? So those are the three most common misconceptions I find. Y'all have a wonderful, what's today, Tuesday? Tuesday. Have a wonderful Tuesday. If there's anything you need from me real estate related, remember there are no stupid questions. Call me, text me, private message me. I'd love to answer all your questions. Ask your questions. It's the only way you're going to know the answers. I tell you, being in real estate for 5 years, there are so many things that I had no idea about until I got into real estate. And as I got into real estate, I asked questions. I'm still asking questions because every day is a different day, and every day is a day to learn something new. Y'all take care, and I'd love to hear from you soon. Have a great one.